Does this not look like a grenade that a rich person would throw at you? Like if a rich person, you got them mad, they would just throw a bottle of Blantons at you?
It looks like a consumable from Elden Ring that's going to give you crazy abilities.
Welcome back to Spirits Collective.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Aiden.
And this is the show where we all learn to drink together.
And today, we got another very special episode for you guys. We got Blanton's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. All right, so this is Blanton's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This bottle is bottled at 93 proof or 46.5 ABV. This bottle is distilled and bottled by Blanton Distilling Company in Frankfort, Kentucky. This bottle is made with Buffalo Trace's mash bill number 2, which is considered the high rye mash bill. Quotes. And this bottle is typically aged from 6 to 8 years. So, for those of you that don't know, this is a single barrel bourbon, and it's the original single barrel bourbon. So this is the very first bourbon that is single barrel that they started selling here in America. And the guy that made it built a special warehouse just to house the barrels that contain this whiskey. It's called Warehouse H.
Okay.
The guy created this whiskey, his name's Albert B. Blanton, I believe. And he actually had a warehouse built specifically to house this bourbon, and it's made out of metal. So most of the other warehouses at the Buffalo Trace campus, where they keep all their whiskeys, they're all made out of brick. And he built this metal warehouse so that something about controlling the temperature in the warehouse is a little bit different, which means that you can age the whiskey for 6 to 8 years. Some bullshit he came up with, where basically you're aging it 6 to 8 years, but it's as if you're aging it longer, if that makes sense, okay. Which doesn't.
For those of you who know for sure, comment down below.
Yeah, if you know everything for sure, comment down below. But yeah, it actually has like handwritten stuff all over it. It'll tell you here that this whiskey was taken out on the 24th of March from barrel 239. So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
So this is Blanton's.
And look at that, stored in warehouse 239. Stored in warehouse H.
Nice. So you weren't bullshitting.
Yeah. So
a lot of information there. What do you think of the bottle?
The bottle. A lot of cool stuff about the bottle, like the handwritten stuff.
What?
Nothing. This bottle's really cool, man. Like, I think this bottle is iconic. It has a horse on top. For those of you that don't know, you can actually collect these bottles. There's different variations of the bottle where the horse is doing something different on each bottle.
The tops.
Yeah, the tops. So when you line them all up together, it'll create like an animation of the horse running. There's something else too. Each bottle has a letter on the horse. So if you see here, that's an S. Mm-hmm. So each letter is a different thing that the horse is doing, and you collect all of them. It says Blanton's, and then of course the horse is like running. So that's pretty cool.
It gives you the order to put them in.
Yeah, yeah.
BL.
So pretty cool little thing that people can do with that.
I have to say, I'm not a big fan of this bottle.
You're crazy.
Little shit like that, with like the tops are different and they have different letters on them, the handwritten stuff on it. That stuff makes up for it. I think that stuff is really cool. So even though I'm not a big fan of the overall design, I'm drawn to it more now because of everything he just said. And
a lot of cool things with this bottle, man.
Yeah, it's always cool when people do that.
Yeah, the guy who made it, he was really passionate about creating great bourbon. And it sucks because this bottle actually came out around a time when bourbon wasn't really being drank. It wasn't that popular. Luckily,
Scotch or what?
No, just like bourbon in general was just like not popular. So luckily, this bottle came out as a premium bourbon, and the people took to it really well. So that's a good thing that happened. It's still around today. So before we continue, this bottle is really hard to find. All right. Really hard to find. Like, you have to ask. I've seen people online that are just like calling liquor stores, do you have Blantons? Do you have Blantons? And it's really hard to find right now. Luckily, my dad was able to find one for us, so he got that for us. I want to say thank you so much, Dad.
Thank you, Uncle Aiden.
Yeah, thank you. This is so cool that we have this here in front of us. And luckily, he got it at MSRP, which is $65. If you look online, you'll know that this shit is hard to find for like less than $120.
That's insane.
And I've seen it for $300, so that is just insane. So we're lucky to have it here today.
We've been very lucky with these Buffalo Trace whiskey. Most of these
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace whiskeys
They're
are
allocated.
People try and sell them more. Liquor stores try and sell them more for what it was meant to be sold for.
All right, here we go. Blanton's. Let's see
Cork
what's up.
sound.
I don't want to break the horse.
Go twist and go up. Whoa, Blanton's, what are you doing to me?
What's going on? Damn.
That is very disappointing. I don't even want to drink this whiskey anymore.
Oh, dude, feel this cork though. That's heavy.
That's legit.
Bro, you throw that at somebody, it's gonna hurt. And we got Blanton's poured and ready to go.
Let's do on the nose. We'll get in with some visuals first.
Ooh,
Pretty
that's
light
weird, yeah.
for me.
You think? I think it's nice. It's a nice amber color, not too dark.
The tears are like, what's the proof on this again?
This is a 93 proof.
Okay,
so
not 80. But what do you think? Should we go in
Yeah.
on the nose? Dude, like Buffalo Traceness. You know what I mean? What'd you say was different about the biggest difference on the mash bill for this one?
this is considered a high rye mash bill. It's not like high rye, but compared to their other stuff, it has more rye than most.
I feel like I can smell the rye now that you've said it. But like right off the bat, you just get like Buffalo Trace goodness, like apples, caramel.
It's cool because like I feel like with the Buffalo Trace bottles, we've progressively gotten better.
What do you mean?
Like we started Buffalo Trace and we were like, it's all right. Well, Weller was really good. Eagle Rare was really good. Now we got the top of the pyramid, I think.
Top of the food chain, but like
Top of the mountain.
very familiar, right? Like
That appley type of like
apples,
caramel.
and I feel like I'm getting that rye. Like there's something different, and I'm assuming that's the rye.
No, we're gonna have to have some rye whiskey, man. There's like wild turkey
Yeah.
rye and stuff. Like we gotta try that.
A lot of rye. I think everybody has a rye variation.
I'm getting like a when you like stir it or like go like this a little bit, put it to your mouth, you get like a nice sweetness, like a nice fresh sweetness. I don't know if that's just me.
Definitely like sweet,
Like an apple straight out of the fridge.
crispy apple.
Yeah.
That's good. Like I don't know. I mean, I wish I could say more, but like the first thing I think when I get in there is just like Buffalo Trace. It's a Buffalo Trace product. Like you can tell right away.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry you can't
The
have
taste.
any. I know you've been looking for it, but look at us.
Look at us.
Taste it through our mouths.
Spirits Collective. Who would have thought?
Here we go.
That's weird. Was not expecting that. That was weird. Was that the rye? We're still pretty young on this channel. Something caught me off guard. Same for you?
Something slapped the fuck out of me.
That was weird. A lot of warmness in the throat.
It's hot in here, bro. Turn.
That's
Woo.
It's the whiskey. I'm not. That was just so weird. I have to go in again.
I'm just gonna say it. That's way different than the other Buffalo Trace things.
Yeah, and that's really weird because it smelled like it was gonna be something similar.
There's like some kind of like herb or something I'm smelling, right?
It's like in the middle. Like you smell Buffalo Trace and then you get something else. And I think that's what the rye is.
I'm gonna try it again.
It tastes a lot different.
That's just really different.
I think it's the rye.
Yeah, it might be like the rye. I'm not sure
And
what
I'm
rye
not-
is, but
I hate to say it, but I'm not a fan if that's the rye.
like it's not bad, but it's just so different. Like you know, from what I've had.
It changed directions. We're like, ooh, yes, this is very familiar.
So
And then we tasted it, and it was just something different.
yeah, it was a very unexpected. That second sip was like a lot easier, a lot smoother. I get some really good sweetness in the mouth, but then like there's like that flavor that's just like taking over the taste.
Has to be the rye, and it's in the finish too. And I got like a nice pleasant oak, but it's overpowered by the rye. Right? That's the rye.
I don't know, man.
What else would it be? For those of you who know, comment below what we could compare rye to see if that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something with a similar like smell profile or whatever. That rye.
Like I can tell there's some really good stuff, but there's like that flavor, right? It's just like right over it. But it's definitely smooth. There's definitely some sweetness. Definitely those good like apple, vanilla, caramel flavors.
I didn't get any of that.
I did. I got it all in the mouth, dude.
And then usually there's like when a whiskey's sweet for me, I get it right off the bat in my tongue, and then it changes into everything else. The other flavors, it goes into the finish. For this one, I didn't get any sweetness.
All right, let's get right in there, man.
Yeah, let's do it. Just a lot of rye.
Is that the rye smell, man? It has to be, right? It's not that bad. It's not that bad on the nose.
I got rid of the buffalo traciness for me.
I think it got sweeter for me.
That's crazy. Not for me.
I'm getting more like a sweeter vanilla
I'm getting
flavor.
a little of the apples.
I think the vanilla is really
more
heavy.
Of the rye. Okay, vanilla's heavy for you. All right, should we taste this?
Yeah. It was a lot sweeter on the tongue.
Maybe
honestly, it's not that bad.
Taste wise, but like the mouthfeel reminds you of like a Scotch. Right?
Yeah.
I think I agree with you.
So it wasn't that bad, honestly. And now I'm getting a lot of sweetness on the aftermath, or the, what do you call it? The finish. It's hot in here.
Dude, this is not sweet for me at all.
You don't get any sweet.
I keep sipping it.
You don't get any sweetness. Nah, you're crazy, bro. There's some sweetness in there. I'm getting a lot of vanilla sweetness.
A lot of bitterness now, and oak. And in the beginning, it was rye, which I'm assuming.
I think this one's gonna be a little bit more of an acquired taste.
I think I agree with you.
So, Alex, we have this kind of sort of legendary whiskey here in front of us. Being somebody who's never tried it before, what do you think?
It was interesting. It was very different from what I'm used to. And it was sort of a curveball because right in the beginning, I got like a Buffalo Trace feel to it, like apples and vanilla, caramel sweetness. And when you taste it, it's just like, it's very different from what you would expect. And for me, I think I agree with you. I think it is going to be an acquired taste. But I am excited to go back to this when we've tried actual rye whiskeys and see if I can get anything else from this. But for me, it was mainly rye. So
If that's what rye is.
if that's what rye is.
Yeah.
But
Remember, this is also a different mash bill.
this is special. So if you do find it for $65, pick it up. Would I recommend it for a beginner? Probably not. Actually, most definitely not. I don't know. This one was just so weird. I don't know what to say. Definitely not for beginners. But I'm excited to come back to this. Unfortunately, it's not like on my top 5 whiskeys currently list. But I'm excited. I know there's more there, so I'm excited to come back to it eventually. But what about you?
I think this one, for me, was very complex. I had the sweet. I know you only had like one flavor, but me, I had the sweetness. I had the vanilla. I had like this overwhelming kind of like herby flavor. I don't know what it is. I guess it could be the rye. Something just different about the mash bill. I don't know, but it was very complex. easy to me. It was an easy sip. It burned a little bit, but it was still an easy sip. It was still enjoyable.
I agree. It was an easy sip.
Yeah, still enjoyable. But I think for this one there is like what do you call it when you have to? It's an acquired taste. I think it just seems more like sophisticated to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not getting it yet. We're still a pretty young channel. Maybe we should have saved this for a little bit later down the line. But honestly, like I'm so happy to even have this in my collection. It's such a beautiful bottle with so much like a rich history, so many cool things about the bottle. It's
Definitely worth having in the collection.
yeah. So would I recommend it to a beginner? I don't think so, but I think someone in like where me and Alex are, I think I could probably enjoy this, sipping it every once in a while. It's like Alex said, it probably not on my top 5, but I could see myself enjoying this every once in a while. And yeah, I think overall it's pretty good, pretty cool.
Let us know if you want to see a top 5 video.
We got quite a few whiskeys now, so let us know if you want to see that top 5. Comment down below.
Whiskey and tequila. But for me, that's all I have to say. Guys, drink responsibly and always drink what you like. Cheers.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to leave your bottle recommendations in the comments. Me and Alex take those really seriously. As you guys can see, we do like to get what you recommend.
That was weird, man.
Welcome back, everyone, to Spirits Collective.